Good day, beautiful people, wherever you are in the world. It's a beautiful day once again, and I'm here indoors. Welcome to the Divine Truth, where we bring out the truth in any concept. So, today I just wanted to speak about the law of attraction and the time it takes for the manifestation of what we want, because recently I was so much troubled with how would I manifest what I want, and what will I do when I leave my job, how would I be provided. I had so many questions that anybody can have when they're about to start on a new venture. So as I had those questions, then I just stopped those panic attacks that I had, and I just stood still, and then just ask the question, ask the divine, ask the beautiful nature energy consciousness, how would I do it? And then that's when I started to get a revelation about the law of manifestation and how I have been doing it wrong, because I've been doing it wrong in my whole life. There are so many videos out there about the law of manifestation, so I've watched so many of them. Many of them have helped me out, many of them has led me astray, as always, but the divine gave me the version that I understood in my own experience, and it became much simpler. So first, I'm gonna dive into quantum physics a little bit, and I'm gonna dive into time in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. So as I'm gonna start, this is what I want you to know. I want you to understand that everything is faster in the spiritual realm, because just like light is faster, so light is faster, so is the spiritual realm is faster than anything else. So basically, when we start to want something, it starts on the energetic level, on the emotion level. Many people say feelings level, and that's where our belief is. That's why in the law of attraction, that's what we call the law of belief. And in the law of belief, the belief that takes up too much weight in our body mind, that's the belief that goes first. So let me just make an example. Let me say that I want money, and in my whole life I've had a lot of problem about money, because I have a lot of fears about money. And I realized that when in my journey, when I started to want to manifest money in my life, I didn't know what money is. So I wanted to manifest money out of fear. And since, well, fear was my belief, it was my core feeling. It was the one that weighed, that had too much weight. Then all the fears about money came. And as the fears came, then I started to go to the divine. And as the fears manifested, so is the knowledge for me to be able to grow and expand into the better version of myself. So in the belief system, that's where we call the spiritual world, in an energetic system, in an emotional system, will start to, when you think of money, then those belief system will come. Either fear will come or love will come. It depends on what weighs the most. So now, for now, I'm gonna make an analogy with my life, with how I realized a lot about money specifically, because the law of attraction, many people speak about money, though the law of attraction is not only about money, but I'm going to speak about money for the sake of this video. And in my life, when I started to think of the law of attraction, at the beginning I thought that, once I use the law of attraction, I'm going to manifest millions of rands, and I'm going to be rich, I'm going to get what I want. That's what I thought. But from the deeper level, from my core level, my belief was fear. I had fear that I'm not noticed. I had fear that I'm not gonna be recognized without anything. I had fear that if I made videos out there, people will not watch my videos, because they'll want me to have a perfect studio behind. They'll want me to have a perfect camera behind. So the fear was the one that was motivating my need and want for money. So those fears started to become real. And what happens is that after, you must understand that, from the belief point of view, which is the emotion point of view, everything is faster. So it manifests at an instant. So as it goes to thoughts, then time comes into place, because the energy becomes a bit slower, because thoughts is a bit denser than feelings. So thoughts are denser. Then it came to my thought. I started to think of those fear, making a video, people not watching my videos, leaving my job and struggling at home without money and stuff like that, and going for days and days without eating. Then from the thought point of view, because thoughts are a bit denser than emotion, though they are not too heavy, then it went to my body, which is, you must understand, when I speak about the body, I speak about the body mind. So from the thoughts to the body mind, then in the body mind it goes through the senses of action. If you once read Bhagavad Gita, you'll understand what are the senses of actions. Sense of action, it's actually our mouth, which is our lips, which comes through speech, our hands, which comes through doing and touching, and also our legs, which comes through walking and running and stuff like that, and also our anus, which we know what it does, and also our private parts also. So it goes to that. After it comes from our emotion, then it goes to our thoughts, then it manifests in our body mind, in the senses of action. Then I started to speak with my mouth. I started to speak to people and say, I want to leave my job, and I don't know what to do, because I don't want to end up having problems. Then I started to say, I want to make videos. I don't have places to make video, and I don't have backgrounds to make video. So how would I do? What would I do? And from there, that was manifesting in my body, manifesting in my macro F, because my body is my micro F. Is a micro F, not macro actually. Micro F, or you can say macro. It's fine. Anyhow you understand it. So with that being said, and from there, I started to speak about, how I don't have money, how I want money, and how I need a studio, and how I need a lot of things. So I remember when I used to pray that, God, please, I need money. I want to buy this and buy this and buy this. But the problem was that I said I need money, and then after that, my thoughts will come of all of those fears. So I'll be disturbed. That's why God said, be specific of what you want. Then after that, it comes to earth. So it's our belief system, which is our feelings, our emotions, because they are much faster. Then they come a much denser, a bit denser, which is thoughts, and then it comes a bit heavier, which is the body. Then it goes to the very heaviest. And you must understand, the heavier and the denser the energy is, the longer it takes. So in a feeling point of view, it takes it's at an instant. And in the thoughts, it may take a bit of time, maybe minutes, maybe 10 minutes, it doesn't matter. Then when you manifest in the body, it takes maybe an hour or so. But when it goes to the F, because F is much bigger, then it goes slow. It may be 3 months, it may be 4 months, 8 years, 2 years, 3 years, and stuff like that. So from there, I started to see that fear. I started to see the fear in my life. I started to see, because I remember there was this time where I went on through 3 weeks without eating. So it was more like a fasting, but literally it was not really fasting. I had no food. But at the time, because I realized that it was the manifestation of my fears, because a belief system, if fear weighs too much of love, fear must come into existence first, and then after I heal the fear, then love will weigh all, then I'll receive the money. So I remember I went on 3 weeks without food, and then I started to accept it. And then from there, that was another teaching. I started to realize that, food is not what I think it is. Food is not what I think it is. It's not that much important. It is important, but it's not something that you can live without. So from there, God opened my eyes. I remember I started to realize that there was this once verse in the Tao Te Ching where the guy says, if you want to make an impact, if you want to change people's life, if you want to be known, you must be ordinary. That's when I started to realize the ordinary part that he spoke about. I started to realize that, I can live an ordinary life, even though I speak to so many people out there. I can just wear whatever that I want to wear, as long as it expresses who I am. And even buy expensive stuff, it's not that much of a problem. Then I can eat whatever that I want to eat. I don't have to put myself into a corner. So after that manifestation, that's when now the fear was gone. Now love was weighing too much. Then love started to manifest in my life. Then it started on my thought. I started to have much peaceful emotion when I think of money. When I speak of money, I started to have much peaceful emotion, and I started to be much peaceful when I speak of money after the manifestation of all fear. Then from there, it went to my thoughts point of view. I started to think beautiful thought, like, I have my cell phone. It's a Nokia 3, by the way. I use my Nokia 3 to record my videos. I can use what I have for now. So my Nokia 3, at least it records quality of 720p, and I have nature to record it and whatever plays, because I just have to be ordinary. Remember, it was from the revelation that I got when I had a challenge with fear, when fear was manifesting first as a belief that weighed too much on the law of manifestation. So I started to realize that, food, I can eat whatever that I want, and then I can just wear whatever that I want. Then another challenge came. I started to ask myself, okay, if I want to live ordinarily, I want to impact people's lives. So if I have a lot of money, then saving it won't matter. I just have to spend it, because money comes to me to heal. Because I realized that money is also an object. I spoke about it in another video. Then it's an object that has too much dense energy, that has too much fearful energy. So after I heal money, I have to let it flow, because money comes to me to heal. So I started to have a challenge and say, which means I'll have to spend. Then how would I save money? Because I started to see saving as a bad thing. But as time went on, then the divine made me realize that when money is in the bank, it's flowing. So when I heal the money in the bank, I can just save it there. When I don't have to use it, then it will flow. And as it flows, the more it flows is the more it will go. And then the more it will go, it will want to come back to come and heal. So that's when I had the perfect revelation about money. Then I started to make peace with money. I started to realize that, money is not what I think it is. I just have to write down what I want. Budget never work. Our budgeting never works, because we want money. And I started to realize, because I remember I was speaking to a friend of mine, Johannes. I was speaking to him saying that, money is like a train. It takes us wherever we want to. But if we don't know where we are going, we'll always be in the train, going there and there and there and there, and we will lose ourselves in the train. So money is the same way. Then I started to realize that if money is a train, then I will have to climb the train when I have to. Then if I don't have to, I'll just leave it there to be in the bank, and then people will use the train, and then they will bring back my train back. So from there, I started to realize that, money is just something that I use to get something. It's just an exchange of value. But I just have to be able to pay attention to what I want. If I want a new camera, for example, I write it down, and then I manifest it on my spiritual point of view, then money will come. So when that came, then I remember I started to have beautiful thoughts about money. Then from there, it manifested on my physicality. Then I started to have a little bit of money. I remember I went out and I started to pick up money that people dropped. And it was so amazing, because it was since my younger age. I ended up in my younger age. It was the last time I did that. It was when I was young, when I picked up money, because I was still joyful. So I picked up a little bit of money. I remember I picked up 2 rand inside of some sort of a container of a zambak. Then I pick up a lot of money, different types of money. Then from there, when I touched money, I could feel my vibration and its vibration there, the healing that it needed. Then I would heal money. Then from there, I would spend it, or even save it on my wallet and stuff like that. And as time goes on, then money started to expand. So money is a process. So I remember I spoke about it on my other video, that in my work we had problems with money. So they gave us $1,000 each, because we don't have money yet. We are depending on social development, and our money is gonna come anyway. So when I hold it 1,000 rand, then I started to be peaceful. Then I started to just be who I am. And then from there, I realized that, money is coming my way now. So remember, like I said, in the body, it may take time, but it doesn't take longer. But in the world, in my own world, it takes a bit longer. But once I have healed money, once I've manifested money in my life, then I vibrate with it in the same frequency. So when you think of the universe in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency, then you realize that money sorry, it's not what we think it is. Money is much beautiful. And I realized once I spend money, I don't feel like I've lost something because it's a part of me and I know that it's going to come back. And with that, I started to heal. So then I started to realize that the law of attraction, it's much beautiful. We just have to understand how it works, and we just have to know that everything is about frequency. We have to tune, because Abraham Hicks always speak about it. He always, Esther actually, Abraham Hicks, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know Abraham Hicks, if it's her husband name or what, but I just know that it's their channel is Abraham Hicks. So Esther said that, everything is frequency. We have to tune to the frequency. So when you are tuned to the frequency of money, then when money comes, it doesn't change who we are. It doesn't change what we do, but we remain what we do and we remain intact. That's how we manifest money in our life. So with that being said, I'm sending you tons of energy as I heal you of all the fear that you have of money, as I heal you of all the thoughts, all the negative thoughts, all the anxiety that you have of money. And I love you guys. Till we meet in the next video, remain with peace and be amazing wherever you are.